Before we begin our ceremony tonight, we'd like to introduce to you a few distinguished guests that are here this evening. First, we have Lenape High School Principal, Mr. Tony Gattani. And we have Assistant Principals, Mrs. Jen Pulliam and Mr. Joe DeJulius. So tonight we're honoring each student nominated with a medal to commemorate their selection by a Lenape staff member. Staff members were asked to choose somebody who impressed them with their character traits, somebody they have a special connection with, or someone that just brightens their days. We're grateful tonight to recognize all of these nominated students who make Lenape High School a great place to be. Recipients, make sure you wear your medals at your graduation ceremony. So how about before we begin, we have a nice round of applause for all of our recipients this evening. They don't know who has picked them, or so they think. I'm going to start with my awardee. I met my People's Choice nominee before the school year started this August. Incoming freshmen were getting Chromebooks on a very hot summer night in the North Building. Some of our upper class students gave up their last few days of summer vacation to help. I not only admired my People's Choice Award winner for doing this, but enjoyed conversing with him about school so far and about baseball, something that he's passionate about here at Lenape. I soon learned that this person would be a student in my AP Statistics class, and it's really been a pleasure to work with him all year. He asks very good questions, he helps others, he has a polite, respectful demeanor, and he really adds to our class climate. Many times after a lesson, he'll chime in with some good examples of real-world uses of statistics and some of the applications that we're learning about. Now here's a statistic joke. I'm 100% confident that he has a great future ahead at Bucknell and beyond. He's the kind of student that his peers and his teachers look up to figuratively and literally. My People's Choice Award goes to Jonathan Edelman. I'd like to introduce our next presenter, Mr. Joe Porco.
As each school year coincides with dozens of new students, I sometimes wonder how or if I will cross paths with them in the future. Will one of them end up as my doctor? Will one of them be featured on the cover of Fortune magazine and subsequently hire me as an advisor? Although avoiding the need to employ legal services is typically seen as a positive, I know if worse comes to worse, my People's Choice nominee Max Kastner would make an effective lead counsel. A successful attorney needs confidence. Max exudes this trait. When an attorney on the mock trial team quit the day before the competition during the 2021 season, several members of the team with experience looked at each other, hoping someone else would step up. Only one person arose to the challenge. Max volunteered to assume this role in addition to the part for which he had been preparing for months. The thought of a freshman without any mock trial experience digesting what typically amounts to months of work in one night likely concerned everyone involved. Those worries were all but vanquished by Max's performance. In the ensuing seasons, Max has been a cornerstone member of the team, assuming a greater leadership role. Leadership in any profession, especially for the law, derives from having a passion for the task. Max has made countless positive and impactful contributions on the team and as a student in my classroom, due to his interest for the law and learning. Whether becoming the de facto leader of about 10 honor students in preparation for a complex classroom trial or facilitating meetings with the mock trial team in an effort to win the county tournament, Max's proficiency for guiding everyone to achieve a common goal has been nothing short of impressive. Although Max will unlikely attain his goal of having me as a teacher for all 4 years of his high school experience, I know Max will nevertheless make his presence known during his senior year. I look forward to seeing Max's continuing growth and him being a part of my day at Lenape. Congrats. Okay, there you go. The next presenter is Miss Jen Pulliam.
Good evening. Positivity. Diana Rosario's big smile, and outgoing, friendly personality not only exudes positivity, but elicits it in others. When I see Diana in the hallway, she always checks in, gives me an update, and asks me how I'm doing. Even when she's nervous about a test, her response is, "We'll see. I'll do my best." I look forward to our chance encounters in the hallway because our simple exchanges brighten my day. So thank you, Diana, for being you, and I wish you nothing but the best as you graduate and explore all of the possibilities that lie ahead. By People's Choice, Diana. Next up is Mr. Meany.
I've got two, and I'm going to call them up as I speak on them. So Trey Friedman and Ty Smith. You guys want to come up here real quick? I talk about you. So over the past 3 years, I've had the privilege of coaching Trey Friedman. During this time, I was able to watch Trey transform himself from a shy, not-so-confident kid into the Drexel-bound senior he is today. While his leadership, work ethic, and dedication to improvement have helped set him apart from his peers, he will always be remembered in our room for his patience and kindness as he worked with our younger or newer athletes. I want to thank you for setting a new standard for the program, and I wish you nothing but best of luck as you transition into your college career. That's Trey. And then next up, I have Ty Smith. Ty Smith possesses qualities that can't be defined in words, but are easily seen through his actions in school and athletics. There were multiple times throughout our season that Ty had to overcome adversity to achieve his goals. His willingness to work through these challenges not only inspired his teammates, but motivated them to branch out and try new things, as well as push his own limits. While wrestling is an individual sport, his ability to make everyone around him better demonstrates the type of leader he is and why he will be missed so much in the room next year. As he transitions into his next phase of life, I'm confident that these same characteristics that have allowed him to stand out at Lenape will continue to help him to find success in all of his future endeavors. It's Ty Smith.
I need no introduction. Good evening. My People's Choice Award nominee is a new student to Lenape this year, and as we know, making transitions is very difficult in itself. But by transferring into a new school in your junior year is a huge challenge these days. There's a few things I noticed right away about this individual that I feel are noteworthy to be mentioned. About his character and who he is as a young man. First, without fail, each day he greets me with a smile, a hello, and a fist bump. Secondly, this is a total gentleman in class every single day. He's a gentleman in the hallways. He's a gentleman that these things I don't hear often. Let me say a couple of things he says between class. I've heard him say, "Excuse me, let me help you. Sorry, you go ahead. Let me hold that for you." This is without fail. Every time I hear him in the hallway, I'm like, really? In class, he has another thing that I find very a quality about him. He speaks very highly of his family, and one of his sayings is family first above all the rest. As an educator, a coach, a father, and a G-pop, it pleases me to see young people making a difference in our world, in our community, and at Lenape itself. For these reasons, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to some and announce to others my People's Choice Award recipient, none other than Miles Primus, affectionately known as Smiley. My next speaker is Beth Tove.
I'm gonna call my recipient up, so Jordan, I know you're there, come on over. So, my People's Choice Award goes to Jordan Borwick. She's an exceptional upperclassman who has shown outstanding work ethic and leadership skills. She's definitely a role model in her class for her fellow students. Due to scheduling, she's the only junior in my science class, so there's big shoes to fill there. She consistently goes above and beyond to help those at her table ensure that everyone understands the material. Her hard work and dedication to her studies have not gone unnoticed, as her work is consistently used as an exemplar in class. If you look at Jordan's bio binder, it's empty because it's like a little kid at lunch. I'm like, hey, do you want that? Because I take all of her work after she's done, because I save it as literally either teacher keys or examples for students for the following year. Her positive attitude and willingness to help others have made a lasting impression on her class and me. And she truly embodies what it means to be a leader and a role model. Congratulations, Jordan, on a well-deserved award. My bestie. And next up is Maria Lord.
Good evening. I am proud to announce that my People's Choice Award goes to Emma Scherz. Emma is one of the most genuine students I have ever had the pleasure of teaching. She not only seeks to do well academically, but she is always helping her peers when they have a hard time understanding concepts in biology. Her kind, nurturing demeanor when assisting other students is one of a kind. She does not expect to gain anything out of these interactions with her peers. She simply thrives on the idea that she has helped someone. During labs and group work, as I make my way around to different groups, Emma takes on some of the work by helping other students in the class. Emma has made such an impression on me that I have started referring to her as my co-teacher. Emma even goes as far as hosting FaceTime study sessions with her entire class from a whiteboard at home. She has shared her dreams of becoming a teacher in the future, and without a doubt, I know that she would make an excellent teacher. Emma is caring, hardworking, and humble. As a freshman, she is mature beyond her years. I'm very excited to see how the rest of her high school career plays out and how far she can go once she leaves Lenape. Congratulations, Emma. Next up, I'd like to introduce Mr. Brendan Moore.
I would like to invite my nominee, Paulina Baron, to join me at the podium. One of the greatest experiences a high school teacher has is the ability to watch our students mature from freshman to senior year. Throughout the course of their high school careers, students become more self-reliant. They begin to ask thoughtful questions. They begin to ponder the course of their lives. They seek to understand the world around them. They begin to discover the true nature of who they will be in life and, hopefully by their senior year, truly become young adults. It has been my pleasure to observe Paulina learn, grow, and mature into a fine young person. In my capacity as choral director at Lenape, I often have what I call repeat customers, those students who dedicate, in some cases, their entire high school career from freshman to senior year to choral music. And in some rare cases, those students choose to follow a musical career after high school. Paulina is one of those rare cases, and I could not be more excited that she will be majoring in choral music education next year. In many ways, I admire Paulina. She has a real, unquenchable passion for music and has participated in almost every major musical opportunity offered at Lenape. She has experienced some seriously difficult situations in her life, situations which we adults would struggle with, and yet she keeps going and keeps on singing. I admire her ability to keep her head held high above the tumult and the strife of life. I admire her maturity and thoughtfulness and her wisdom, which is often well beyond her years. Paulina, I wish you all the best next year and over the course of your collegiate career. I fully expect an invitation to your senior recital, and you can bet I'll be there. I'm excited in advance for the students you will teach and inspire, because I know they will have a fantastic music teacher who will give them every opportunity I've given you, and then some. Congratulations. Next, we have Mr. John Carnavale.
All right, good evening, everybody. Last 2 years, my People's Choice nominees couldn't attend the event for various reasons. So this year I chose 2 nominees to increase my chances of at least one of them showing up, and they're both here tonight, I'm happy to say. So my first People's Choice, ladies first, goes to Ashlyn Lalandi. So I tried to avoid Ashlyn all week, and today she bumped into me and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" I'm like, "Nothing. What are you doing tonight?" But she caught me here, so caught me in the lie. So everyone has that friend that you can't be in serious situations with. I may have found a student that fits that category. Ashlyn was in my team-taught English class her freshman year, and something in the story that we were reading struck me as funny. I tried my best to hide behind the book, but Ashlyn saw me and started laughing. My team teacher called out Ashlyn, asking why she was laughing, and she immediately sold me out. I could not look in Ashlyn's direction for the rest of the class. Ashlyn and I stayed in touch over the next few years by catching up briefly in the hallways, in between classes, and at school functions. When coaching the girls' tennis team in the fall, it always made my day to hear Ashlyn shouting my name from the field hockey field and giving me a big smile and wave. During one of our Lenape family sessions, students were asked to fill out a postcard to a teacher. Ashlyn wrote a postcard to me thanking me for brightening her day. Well, Ashlyn, that feeling is mutual. Ashlyn has one of the brightest smiles at Lenape, and it always makes my day better. Ashlyn, I will miss our quick chats in the hallway, and I certainly miss you shouting my name from the field hockey field. I wish you all the best. Thank you for being you, and congratulations. Okay, next up, I have Wilmer Fernandez. So Wilmer was in my team-taught physics class last year. I could always count on Wilmer to give me a warm greeting at the door, and he always came to class ready and willing to learn and participate. Unfortunately, I do not have Wilmer in my classes this year, but I always see him in the hallway, and every time he sees me, he stops what he is doing or whoever he is talking to and gives me a fist bump. If I could choose students for my 8-year-old son to observe and see how to treat classmates and teachers, Wilmer would be at the top of my list. Wilmer is always very polite, respectful, and comes to school with a positive attitude each and every day. Whoever taught Wilmer these things, you did a fantastic job, and I will gladly take any advice you can give me as a parent. Another great thing that I admire about Wilmer is that he plays 3 sports here at Lenape. It's rare to see a 3-season high school athlete these days. For that and many other reasons, Lenape will surely miss you. I will miss the fist bumps and quick chats in the hall, and it was nice to have a fellow New York Giants fan in the building. Hey, don't boo me. I didn't make that holding call. So Wilmer, I wish you all the best, and thank you for being you, and congratulations. Next up, we have Mrs. Shannon Conti.
I would like to invite Maddie Carr to come to the podium. I am nominating Madison Carr, Maddie Carr, as my People's Choice recipient for 2023. It's not too often that you meet someone who you can connect with right away, but Maddie was that student for me. We not only bonded over our joint love for musical theater, but also for her friendly personality, something that certainly sets her apart. From the moment that I met Maddie as a freshman at Lenape, she has made a lasting impact on both her teachers, coaches, and peers. I have had the unique opportunity to work with Maddie all 4 years as her school counselor, but also as her club advisor in our SAD club. Maddie has always risen to the challenge as an officer and has gone above and beyond to assist in planning activities and working on different ideas to make our club more successful. One example where I have seen Maddie do this is in speaking with the 8th grade students at Harrington Middle School. Maddie, as a junior, took on this project with ease and had no problems leading difficult discussions, sharing some of her own experiences, and facilitating group activities. She is not only a go-getter in the classroom, but also on the softball field where she is a top-notch student athlete and has the accolades to prove it. However, what I admire most in Maddie is her ability to show empathetic understanding to her peers, be an all-inclusive upstander, and show compassion to others. There have been many times that Maddie will sit with someone who may not have anyone to sit with at a club meeting, or will go out of her way to make connections with other students. Maddie is extremely driven and passionate. She puts in 110% effort in all that she does, and her reputation for hard work, friendly attitude, and care is what sets her apart. I know Maddie will be a great asset, leader, and positive role model in all her future endeavors, and I wish her continued success as she graduates from Lenape High School. Congratulations, Maddie. I would like to invite Dawn Capello.
I'm looking for Charlene, but I don't see her. Here she is. Come on up, girl. One word comes to mind every time I think of the student: remarkable. Charlene Zhang is simply remarkable. I'm not just talking about her amazing grades or SAT scores. There's so much more to Charlene than her long list of scholarly accolades and academic success. Charlene is perhaps one of the kindest, most thoughtful, and most empathetic people I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. Having worked with her over the past 4 years, I've come to know her as someone that genuinely enjoys doing for others. She has been my go-to person to take underclassmen under her wing and help them navigate volunteer work, class rigor, and college planning. Spending time with Charlene is a true joy, as she is so inquisitive and yet knowledgeable about a myriad of topics. I am genuinely going to miss her next year, but I'm consoled in knowing that she will leave Lenape and make a difference in the world. I just hope she comes back to visit often so that I can see it all unfold. Congratulations to my people's choice, Charlene Zhang. Next up is Mr. Emmett.
Good evening. It's a very difficult decision to try to pick one person to be your people's choice. But the person that I nominated has shown a leadership role throughout the first half of the year. The ability for this person to think outside the box, show grit, determination, and persevere when things get tough is not very common in young people. I hope that I will be able to see them again, teach them in tech ed for their high school career. My nominee for People's Choice is Owen McDonald. Next up, Mr. Franchi.
When discussing leadership, one of the most prevalent themes is the emphasis on action. The famous coach John C. Maxwell once said, "A leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." President Teddy Roosevelt said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." And of course, we all know that actions speak louder than words. My selection for the People's Choice Award is a student that embodies this quiet leadership. She may not even feel comfortable calling herself a leader, but I know that if you were to ask her friends and student colleagues, they would all give a resounding yes. In the short time that I have known her, I have seen her effort, her dedication, and her ability to rally behind disappointment to turn it into triumph. I look forward to seeing her future academic and artistic successes and appreciate all that she has done for the music department and for the school community. My choice for the People's Choice Award 2023 is Ella Hashimoto. Next up, we have Miss Ariana Robinette.
Okay. When I walked into Lenape High School in September 2022, everybody knew I had big shoes to fill. And to make things more challenging for everyone, the first class of my first day was AP Italian. Talk about even bigger shoes to fill. A class full of seniors that have had the same teacher for 3 years. And all they knew about me was, she's the new one, she's from Italy. Little did I know how scared I was and how much I needed their knowledge and their everyday warmth to get through this year. Every single one of them has touched my heart in ways I will never forget. Not only because they were in my first class, but because they show me kindness, and for that, I will be forever grateful. It was hard to nominate one student only, but one girl in that particular class showed up every day with a smile on her face and sweetness in her heart. Sophia has shown me what a role model of a student she is every day, as she waltzes into class, never late, never too early, but always on time. Sophia went above and beyond when it came to helping with the Italian club as a social media advisor, proving, once again, that I needed her more than probably she needed me. As an advisor, she took care of our social media page, the drawings, a Google slide, and even the everyday planning. Hard worker, always willing to learn, always eager to improve, and a perpetual smile on her face, Sophia will always have a special place in my heart. Come on up. Next up is Miss Christy Joyce.
I feel more comfortable with my nominees around me, so I'm going to make them stand up here with me. Emma, Lily, Bunting, can you guys come up here, please? I'm so small. Sorry, everybody. Every year, I give my People's Choice Award to a senior who has made an impact on me or changed my life for the better. For the last 3 years, both Emma and Lily Bunting have been those students. I've never nominated 2 students for this award before, and I'm not just doing it this year because they're twins. Over the last 3 years, Emma and Lily have become the little sisters I never had, and they both deserve this award in their own special way. I'm going to talk about Emma first. Emma has a giving heart and always seems to be working to bring people together, as we could see from our class 6. I lost my spot, sorry. She can take a room full of individuals from all different walks of life and turn them into a community. More importantly, Emma is one of the strongest young women I have ever met. No matter what's going on in her life at that time, she's not afraid to stand up for herself or for others when it's necessary, and she never hesitates to speak her mind and say what needs to be said. She'll stand up for herself, and she always says what she believes is right. Emma, I admire you for your willingness to say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done more than you know. You've inspired me to stand up for myself more than you know, and to stop letting things in my own life go unsaid. Even though some people might not like it, I do, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Next, I'm going to talk about Lily. Lily is one of the most kind-hearted, empathetic, and forgiving people I've ever met. I see Lily almost every single day for the last 2 years, whenever she needs to talk or just to give me her life updates. Her friends have joked in the past that I've become Lily's therapist, but in reality, Lily has helped me much more than I hope I have helped her in these past few years that we've known each other. We always seem to have similar things going on in our lives at the same time, so there's never a shortage of things for us to talk about. In that time, Lily's inspired me to trust more and not to be afraid to wear my heart on my sleeve a little bit more sometimes. Lily, you know better than most that last year was a hard year for me, professionally and personally, and I could say with full confidence I might not be here at Lenape if we didn't have the relationship that we do right now. Emma, Lily, I cannot imagine what Lenape is going to be like for me next year without you two in my classroom every single day. But it gives me hope, and I'm happy to know that you guys are going to be crushing it on the lacrosse field and doing everything else that you're going to do at USC next year, making it a better place. Thank you both for being amazing people and for reminding me why I love what I do and why I do what I do. Thank you for being the perfect recipients for my People's Choice Awards. And next up, Ms. Baronato.
Good evening. The student that was nominated this evening has been attempting to guess who nominated him all week. I really don't think he realized that there were actually two of us that nominated him. Regrettably, my counterpart, Miss Nicole Buck, is unable to join us tonight, but I will be speaking for the both of us. A student that goes by many nicknames is our People's Choice nominee this year. One of those nicknames is the Mayor of A209, which is very appropriate considering he is the heart and soul of our classroom. Not only has he created a working doorstop and a thoughtful sign for the door, but he keeps us apprised of all the comings and goings here at Lenape. During Lunch and Learn, the mayor, as we call him, helps to prepare the daily lunch students for their next class, and he always stays to help us clean up the room. He also sometimes acts as our resident DJ during lunch, which adds a fun, festive atmosphere. Suffice it to say, it is hard to not be in a good mood with this student around. For those reasons and many more, Ryan DeVries is our obvious People's Choice recipient. Thank you, Ryan, for bringing positivity and fun to every day. Up next, we have Mrs. Boger.
I've had the pleasure of having this young man in my English class for the past 2 years. It didn't take long for us to see his true colors because he has never been afraid to be himself. There have been many great conversations in 8210 because of his openness to share his life experiences. Antonio, your vulnerability has made an impact on your peers and our class. You have helped create a safe space for others, which has created a class that everyone looks forward to. That back left seat in our classroom will be a hard one to fill. However, there are many other seats in the world waiting for you. Please continue to share your heart and kindness with others, just as you did with us. Thank you for being you, and I leave you with these words. Be brave, be kind, be true, be you. Antonio, congratulations. Next up, Ms. Schlereth.
I would like to invite my People's Choice Award to come up, Mariah. There are many people in the world that are not aware of the good they bring to someone else's day. They take the time to listen to another person, share their thoughts and feelings, and fully attend to the moment, which can be a rarity these days. Mariah Smith is one of these people. I was lucky enough to have Mariah as one of my students last year. In that time, I found out what an amazing person she is. I am grateful that she comes to visit and talk this year during her study hall. I truly appreciate Mariah's honesty when she tells me I need to update my closet, that she is shocked at how old I am. She'll say things like, "How old are you?" And that I am very clueless when it comes to knowing the cool, young, famous people. While I am going to miss these conversations next year, I know that Mariah will be touching other people's lives with her kindness and humor. I look forward to seeing Mariah's name attached to many top movies and shows as she pursues her career after high school. Congratulations, Mariah. Next is Colonel Tuzak.
Good evening. It's incredibly rewarding hearing all of your stories and connections. My connection is Sophia Torello, front and center. I normally don't like reading these, but I have to read this because she's so amazing. It is so refreshing and rewarding when you have someone as kind as Sophia, being part of your classroom and your team. She has faced several adversities in her life, and very young life at that, and I'm so impressed with her approach to confronting these challenges. Many leadership attributes come to mind with Sophia. Sound judgment, discipline, empathy, they all ring true. But the one that rings true the most has to be her resiliency. Her resiliency, especially in these times, to stand up against what she has faced in her life, has been truly inspiring and amazing. I'm so blessed to have her as part of my class, and she's never kept down and continues to positively rise to meet life head on. And for that, she is my people's choice. I will be followed by the amazing Mr. Steve Hand.
I am the amazing Steve Hand. Once upon a time, I actually was on this stage. I received this award when I was a student. I also was wondering, hey, what is the People's Choice Award? What weird teacher decided to select me for this thing as well? As long as what time is this going to end? I understand where you guys are coming from, right? This is what it means. In a school of 2,000 students, a teacher selected you and said, you stand out. A teacher said, you make our day. A teacher says, you keep us positive. You make us look forward to work every day. An adult said on a Thursday night, who may or may not be an avid basketball fan, on opening night of the Sweet 16, I'm going to take my time out to acknowledge a great student, all right? So that's what this award is. I have it on my resume to this day, and when a person asks you, I hope you do the same thing, have it on your resume, and that's how you can explain it to them, all right? And without further ado, my People's Choice nominee is Luke Burney. Luke, I love everything about our school's People's Choice Award. It allows us to celebrate and honor those students that help us look forward to our jobs every day. Having said that, Luke Burney is my People's Choice Award recipient. Luke is a senior student in my Foundations of Leadership course and has been an absolute joy to have as a student each day. He attends class with a positive attitude, engages in meaningful discussion, and is willing to both follow and lead within his respective groups. It is no wonder Luke is universally liked and respected by his peers and faculty. Luke, keep up the great work and good luck next year. Thank you. Next up is Ms. Dana Matusov.
Hi. 3 years ago, I can reach the microphone. 3 years ago, I had a study hall in my classroom. While I was not the teacher, I would often stay in the room to get work done. To be honest, I never got anything done and ended up just talking to the other study hall teacher that was in there and some of the students. One of the students that I would often chat with was my People's Choice nominee, Olivia Vancil. Little did Olivia know that she would be stuck with me the following year for 2 periods in a row when she took me for human biology and then a study hall. So we were stuck together. During that time, we chatted about everything that there is between school and our relationships, personal experiences, and all of the things in between. I had the opportunity to get to know Olivia more on a personal level. While usually teachers, we stick to academics, this was the greatest impact on me. We often engaged about talks about life, aspirations, and experiences outside of school. And I found her to be a mature and introspective young woman who is not afraid to reflect on her own strengths and weaknesses and set goals for self-improvement. I feel honored that she trusted me enough to confide in me, and I hope I was able to provide her with the support and guidance that she needed. Even though we don't have class together now, or study hall, Olivia still finds time to stop by and keep in touch. I couldn't be prouder of the young woman that she has grown into. Next up is Mrs. Sharp.
To measure success, you need to set goals, but not all goals are created equal. Getting from a class on one side of Lenape to a class on the other side of Lenape, and upstairs, that can be a goal to get there on time. Getting to class on time can be a goal and became a goal of my people's choice, Ashton. Ashton set that goal after a few tardies, but always arriving with his signature smile and a nod recognizing he was late. But I'm happy to report he was able to achieve this goal, getting to class on time, and has not been late since maybe October, we'll say. Okay? I am sure over your lifetime, though, Ashton, many goals, some much larger than sprinting the hallways to arrive on time, are going to be achieved. You are kind, you are driven, you are disciplined, and you are goal-oriented. All qualities which will launch you into success in school, life relationships, and whatever career path you ultimately choose. I will miss having you in class to laugh at some of my jokes, roll your eyes at others, and turn to when I need an answer or a good protein bar suggestion. Please, Ashton, follow your dreams and always do what you enjoy. Thank you for being you. Next up is Assistant Principal, Mr. Joe DeJulius.
Good evening. My People's Choice Award nominee is Joelle Gay. The Army JROTC Cadet Creed states, in part, I am an Army Junior ROTC cadet. I will always conduct myself to bring credit to my family, country, school, and the Corps of Cadets. I am loyal and patriotic. I do not lie, cheat, or steal, and will always be accountable for my actions and deeds. I will always practice good citizenship and patriotism. I will seek the mantle of leadership and stand prepared to uphold the Constitution and the American way of life. In the 7 years that I have supervised our JROTC program, I have yet to meet a cadet who embodies the creed more than Joelle. I knew Joelle was going to be the battalion commander the first time I met her at new cadet orientation. Joelle has a leadership presence unlike any student leader I have worked with before. She is composed and connected, confident and credible, and commands her team with her charisma and conciseness. However, what I admire most about Joelle is that she has such a high degree of emotional intelligence for someone her age. By tuning into people's feelings and guiding them in the right direction, Joelle is able to lead with heart. I am so thankful for having the opportunity to have worked with Joelle. I believe I am a better leader because of her. Congratulations. And next up is Tyler Filippone.
I had the distinct pleasure of meeting my People's Choice on my first day here at Lenape. I think he was more excited for me to start than even he was. Or, sorry, switch it around. I think he was more excited for me to start than he was. With a positive smile, he gave me some advice. He said, "You're going to love it here, and you're going to do great." That advice really stuck with me. He is a diligent, hardworking, and caring student. He stops you in the hallway and checks in on how your day is going. And he'll even ask you what the game plan for the day is, or just a simple question about sports, food, or music. The conversations are simple, but they leave you in a long-lasting good mood. He is a model student, and I wish him the best of luck in his future, but also look forward to our small conversations to come. My People's Choice Award goes to Anthony Kovalevich. Next up is Miss Stimming.
Hi, everyone. When I got the email about People's Choice this year, one name immediately came to mind. This person is one of the most dependable, hardworking, and humble students I've ever worked with. As the president for the class of 2024 for the past 3 years, Avery Wu has proven to be a skilled and capable leader. In this role, Avery has never settled for mediocrity. She, along with her fellow officers, is constantly coming up with new ideas to fundraise for the class and improve their overall experience. What has impressed me about Avery through the years is how she not only comes up with ideas, but executes them perfectly. Most recently, she and her fellow officers planned and organized a Wellness Day bake sale almost entirely on their own. As an advisor, I know that whatever I ask Avery to do will be done well and with a positive attitude. But what's even more notable is that I typically don't have to ask. She's usually one step ahead. I've never seen a class officer more devoted to her class. And she doesn't seek credit, so that's why I wanted to take tonight to recognize her. She leads with humility, charm, and kindness. Avery is unfailingly respectful and upbeat, even when hopping through the hallways on crutches or injuring her leg running from scary clowns at Dorney Park on our class trip. She is an absolute joy to work with, and I feel so grateful to the class of 2024 for voting her into office time and time again. Congratulations, Avery, on this award. You've earned it. The leg injury, of course. Oh, gosh. Next up is Mr. Waldron.
Good evening. My name's Steve Waldron. I'm the band director and orchestra director here. I would like to begin by saying on behalf of all of us at Lenape, I want to congratulate all the students who are being recognized tonight. Many wonderful sentiments are being said about your children because of their positive personalities and character that they display on a daily basis. I also want to extend the congratulations to you, the parents and guardians of these fine individuals. You've done so well in raising your children. It is through your love, support, and guidance that these young men and women can shine and be the great people that they are. Thank you. I would like to extend a personal thank you to Matthew and Kelly Beiske. I've known them and worked with their children for 3 years. They've done a remarkable and exemplary job of instilling core values, faith, and respectfulness in all of their children. They are an inspiration to me, and their family represents all that is good in this world. I want to publicly commend them for a job well done. Ben Beiske, come on up here. When I think of Ben, I think of a very polite and respectful young man. You can't help but like this kid. He is charismatic, has a good sense of humor, and is always willing to lend a helping hand. Ben is very thoughtful and reliable. I can always count on him to assist or offer to help me at a moment's notice. I look forward to his good morning hello each day. It starts my day off right. Ben is a top quality student, as well as a talented trumpet player and singer. Ben is involved in our marching band, jazz band, basketball pep band, concert choir, men's ensemble, and the school musical. As a freshman, he successfully auditioned and was accepted into the 2023 Olympic Honor Band. He is a loyal and dedicated individual who has made a positive difference with all the groups from which he has participated. It has been my pleasure working with Ben. I thank him for his kindness and for his service to the music department. I wish him well with all of his future endeavors. My People's Choice Award goes to Ben Beiske. There are two brothers up here. Come on up here, Will. Will is one of the finest young men you will ever meet. He's one of the most exceptional and proficient students that I've had the pleasure to know and to work with during my long teaching career. He shines brightly in all that he does, including through his many talents of performing on the trombone, acting, and singing. Will is a member of our marching band, jazz band, orchestra, wind ensemble, basketball pep band, concert choir, men's ensemble, the fall drama, and the school musical. I will include that Will was inducted into the National Honor Society and Tri-M Music Honor Society this year. He also successfully auditioned and was accepted into the 2023 All-South Jersey Choir and All-South Jersey Wind Ensemble. Adding to that list, Will was just accepted last week into the All-South Jersey Jazz Band. Needless to say, Will is a remarkable musician. Will would be a #1 candidate in any first-round draft pick. Will is courageous, inquisitive, and not afraid to try new things. Will is a kind and gentle soul. He is unselfish and willing to give of his time to help others with no expectation of any reward. He is very courteous, genuine, and a noble young man. He also demonstrates a strong character and faith with integrity, both morally and ethically, on a daily basis. I cannot emphasize enough how much I admire him, and am so very proud of him for that. Will is a conscientious, caring, diligent, and hardworking person. He is polite, thoughtful, and generous. Will is reliable and loyal. He is unassuming and humble. Will exhibits a calm reverence and poise well beyond his years. Will is a true gentleman, a scholar, one who is trustworthy and a man of his word. Will is respectful and, more importantly, well respected. He's made our music program at Lenape stronger through his efforts and made those who he's come in contact with better people just by being who he is. Teachers are supposed to help their students, to guide them, and to create opportunities for lessons and growth. I try so hard to achieve those goals and hope that on some level I can reach my students and make a positive impact and difference in their lives. However, there have been a few students over my long career who've given that gift back. Will has made a profound impact on our music program and myself. By knowing and interacting with Will these past 3 years, I've become a better teacher and a better person. For that, I'm truly grateful. It has been my absolute honor and privilege to work with Will Beisky, and for all these reasons, he is my People's Choice Award recipient. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for all you've done. Next up, the presenter is Miss Tyson.
Good evening. I think it's only appropriate that I address my choice for the People's Choice Award is bro. Ethan Adamiak, you want to come up here? Every day I have to remind him I'm not your bro. In addition to being a hardworking athlete, Ethan demonstrates an extraordinary commitment to his teammates as well as to his coaches. Ethan takes it upon himself to be a leader amongst his peers while continually being positive. He has shown time and again great sportsmanship, charisma, and gratitude. Even during a difficult injury sustained this year, Ethan had shown up for his team every day that he wasn't in physical therapy. He remains positive and encouraging for others despite his current inability to participate. He's constantly asking what he can do to get better and to improve himself. Ethan's also an excellent student, having been consistently on the honor roll. I think every teacher, coach, and staff member would agree that Ethan is a student who will succeed at anything he wants to accomplish in life. Athletic training is a great career path, just so you know. And I personally wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Congratulations. Next up, Mr. Tony Catani.
Good evening, good evening. My People's Choice Award goes to Cassie with a Y Mercado. I've been trying to avoid you for a while right now. Cassie is a young woman who excels both inside and outside of the classroom. She is the epitome of integrity, providing an excellent role model both in her words and her actions for our Lenape students to follow. Her positive approach to life cannot be matched. While it may be her infectious smile or instant interest in everyone else, she makes everyone in her company just feel special. Our students and staff look to Cassie for guidance because she is trusted and respected. She has earned my highest level of respect and admiration, and Lenape and I will miss her immensely next year as she moves on to continue her journey at Northeastern. However, we are fortunate to have Cassie Mercado at Lenape for the past 4 years. And Cassie, I personally, on behalf of Lenape, thank you for making Lenape High School a better place for many, many years to come. Cassie Mercado. Congratulations, Tony with a Y. And next, the Elaine Riches from our business department.
Good evening. He is polite, he is smart, he is independent, he is mature, he is a leader, he is entrepreneurial. He worked 2 jobs his senior year of high school. He played recreational hockey with special needs kids. I am so happy that he is my student, and I can't think of any areas for improvement that I could recommend. Well, maybe he could stop loving the Dallas Cowboys. My nominee is the wonderful Justin Emerly.
Thank you.
Next up is Mrs. Novella.
Hello. Every year, my colleagues and I have to make the decision of who we want to honor with a People's Choice Award. We all have so many great students who work hard, make a difference, and are just good people. They are the students we look forward to seeing every day. Although I do not see this young man every day, since I do not have him in class this year, he always makes the effort to stop and talk to me. Brandon, you probably figured out it's you, so come on up. So what do we talk about? The Phillies. When it isn't baseball season, we talk about the Eagles, go Birds, and even sometimes the 76ers. He always asks, did you see the game last night? Even though most of our conversations revolve around sports, he sometimes checks in to see how my classes are going and to see how my family is doing. He is just a great kid. So my People's Choice goes to Brandon McFadden, the biggest Philly sports fan I know. And if anyone was concerned, the Flyers are tied 3-3 right now, so we're not missing anything. Up next is Ms. Falver.
Hardworking, intelligent, dedicated, and passionate are the first words that come to mind when I think about my People's Choice nominee. Get up here, Arushi Patar. I have known Arushi for 4 years, and for the past 2 years, she has been the debate team captain. Arushi is an excellent debater, but one thing that makes her special is her dedication to the team. Arushi has never lost sight of the importance of the entire team to our success. She truly cares about each member, varsity and all of our JV members. She is always asking her teammates, what do you need? How can I help? She's a great role model and mentor to our underclassmen. She may be on varsity, but her influence definitely helped lead to JV success and first place finish this season. What also makes her special, there's actually quite a number of things, is her passion for working hard, for being prepared, and always striving to do her best. It's no surprise that Arushi has led historic back-to-back South Jersey Debate League championship teams. Last year, one of their judges for the championship remarked that he had never seen a student so prepared for a debate. This year, one judge told me how impressed he was because she took to heart all advice from the judges all season and continued to improve her plan. Her work ethic rubs off on the entire team, and I know our team has had success in the past 2 years because of Arushi and her leadership. I mentioned that many things make Arushi special. Another one is her desire to make the world a better place and to learn for the sake of learning. Whether it is about societal issues that are essential for the fight for equality or understanding the impact of history on our current world, I was surprised but not shocked when Arushi contacted me over the summer with questions about research and preparing a policy proposal about a crucial issue in our society. This was not for a class. It would not be graded. No one was making her do this. She simply wanted to use the best resources and get accurate information. She wanted to learn in order to help better humanity and was willing to put in the time and effort to do so. This shows her character, and I will miss her drive, her passion, her intelligence, and her leadership next year. Thank you for everything you have done for me, for the debate team, and for the school, Arushi. Now go share your talents and passion with the world. Next up is Sharon Piccolo.
Good evening. Bianca Dutra is caring, compassionate, and driven, and I am proud to nominate her for a People's Choice Award. I have had the honor of being Bianca's school counselor for 4 years, and it has been an absolute joy being a part of her high school journey. I have always looked forward to our conversations and the kindness Bianca has shown. She is someone who quietly motivates, inspires, and encourages those around her. Bianca is smart, caring, compassionate, respectful, and a role model for others. She has also been such an integral part of one of the clubs I help facilitate. She's a leader and a positive example to all those around her. There have been many times that our group has looked to her for guidance and direction, and she is always confident and reassuring. Thank you for showing dedication and enthusiasm in all you do. Upon graduation, I have no doubt that you will positively impact the world around you and work hard to achieve your goals. I wish you all the joy and happiness, and you will definitely be missed by me and all at Lenape. I would like to introduce Mrs. Casey Wasler.
Good evening. Charismatic, funny, genuine, mature, and independent are just some of the words to describe Brianna Jostremsky. When I first met Brianna, I was struck by her infectious personality. She is the kind of student that is both warm and witty. Despite being pretty indecisive at times, to know her is to love her. She, along with her family, have recently experienced an unimaginable tragedy that turned their world upside down. In the months that followed, I witnessed her strength and resilience. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy. There were days when the weight was crushing, and yet she picked herself up and kept moving forward. I hope she knows how much I have appreciated our heartwarming conversations that include anything from the meaning of life to Morgan Wallen and how valuable her honesty and integrity are. I hope she knows how important her voice is and to continue not to shy away from expressing her beliefs and values. I know that college and beyond is going to open up an entirely new world for her, but she is ready for it. And whether she majors in one of the many different fields she has considered, marine biology, education, fashion, business, she is going to do what she does best: be honest, be genuine, and prevail. Next up is Miss Sarah Allen.
Before I begin, I just want to congratulate all of you guys that are up here on the stage. This is my favorite night of the year, and you mean a lot to the people that nominated you, so thank you for being you. I met my People's Choice at the start of the 2021 school year. Each day, as Lunch and Learn begins, Mr. Catani directs students over the loudspeaker to find a lunch location. While this has become a mindless routine for most upperclassmen, it can be a daunting task for freshmen that are learning to find their way around the building, which was the case for my People's Choice and his group of friends. Not knowing where to go, they noticed my open door and asked if they could eat in my room. I, of course, said yes, and since that day, they haven't left, and our lunches have been filled with laughs, smiles, warm conversations, games like Hangman and Boggle, and April birthday celebrations. Although I've never had the pleasure of having my People's Choice in class, I can't put into words how lucky I feel that he happened upon my room that day. Since then, my days are made brighter with his fist bumps in the morning or when I run into him in the hallways, with his ability to make me smile even if I'm having a crazy and stressful day, with his stories and videos of how much better he is than his friends in basketball, so Woj and I will recruit him for our team, with his love that he shows for his grandma when he talks about her, and even when he is wearing his UNC hoodie, which he knows truly pains me and tries to cover the logo when he sees me. If you didn't know by now, Quasi, you are my very deserving People's Choice, so come on up here. If you have not had the pleasure of knowing Quasi Thomas Hallett, I will tell you that he is one of the greatest kids that I have ever met, and that is the absolute truth. He is a good heart, a sweet disposition, a love for his friends and family, and a vibrant and positive outlook on life. He is the student that goes out of his way to make sure that he says hello to you, no matter how many times he sees you, asks how you are and genuinely wants to know, and writes you thoughtful cards in his Lenape family. Quasi, thank you for making my days better by being you and for being someone who always, always makes me smile. You make my days brighter, and I can't imagine not knowing you. I truly consider it a blessing that you ventured into my room for Lunch and Learn your freshman year. I hope you never change or lose your love and enthusiasm for life and the people around you because you are truly special. Congratulations, I'm so proud of the person you are, and I'm honored to award you with my 2023 People's Choice Award. Next up, I finally remembered this is the first year, Miss Jackie Donaldson.
Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. It really is a nice evening. I have to admit that this year's People's Choice selection was a little harder than usual, and that's because this senior class is full of truly amazing individuals who have left their mark on Lenape and on me. I know that next year these halls will seem emptier without the talents and personalities of these wonderful seniors. However, my choice this year, in the end, was one that I am very happy with. I have been impressed with Nikki since she stepped into my class as a freshman, and my admiration of her determination to pursue her dreams and follow her true self has only increased over the years. She is talented, charming, engaging, and intelligent. I have been fortunate enough not only to hear about her accomplishments here at Lenape, but also to see her showcase her talents as she performed at different venues. And I know in my heart that this is just the beginning for this amazing young woman. Her spark has just started to shine, and I hope that I will be able to follow it a little bit longer. Congratulations to my People's Choice, Nicolina Cronin. May I welcome Mr. Kyle Lewis.
All right. Good evening, everybody. It is my pleasure that I chose my People's Choice nominee. I regret not choosing him last year because I didn't know what would happen this year. Seeing him in the hallway, some students don't like to talk to their teachers. And this student, every single day he passes me, he says hello every single day. Last year was really challenging for teachers, getting kids in the classroom and just seeing how kids are, right? So, without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. David DiDonato Romero. Yeah. I've had the pleasure of having David last year in my physics ACC class for class 3, and I will say he is the rock this school needs. Right? Last year, we were going through some tough times. This year, we had some more tough times. And wherever I looked, I always saw David in the center, comforting his classmates. And fittingly enough, the be a candle of hope is exactly what David is. So without further ado, David, that's why I chose you, my people's choice. I would like to introduce Mrs. Laura Lamberto.
Good evening. I'd like to begin by congratulating all the nominees and their families. This award celebrates character, which is a reflection of one's heart, and there are so many beautiful hearts being honored tonight. My own nominee is one such example. She is a lovely young woman whose heart has forever touched my own. And while I normally like to be an overly dramatic English teacher by saving the name of my nominee for the end, I'm going to call her up and ask her to stand beside me. But to not miss my chance to be a dramatic English teacher, I will first acknowledge everyone's favorite literary device, the symbolism in this moment. I feel it's important to ask her to stand beside me tonight because she has been standing beside me for the past few years. My People's Choice nominee this year is Maddie Altieri. When I first met this girl, she was a tiny box on my computer screen during the weirdest year of teaching to ever exist. And because no one really wants to relive that, I'll just say that I decided to make things easy for myself by topping off my first global pandemic by having my first baby. The difficulty of that year taught me that fate somehow brings the right students into our classrooms, and if we are lucky, our lives at the right time. Despite the circumstances, Maddie always managed to read exactly what was on my heart, which is either a testament to how obvious I am or how intuitive she is. Let's go with that. We joke that Maddie named my child because she guessed the exact first and middle name I wanted for him, helping me to win the argument with my husband that we did not indeed need to name this baby after his favorite soccer player. Maddie also somehow must have been able to tell that I was the type of person who would need a lot of help with motherhood. She was right. And she connected me with her sister who works with moms to be a kindness I will never forget. I can now clearly see that fate brought me a beautiful baby boy in a very difficult year for a reason, and I think it also brought me a bonus daughter in Maddie for a reason. She's now my lunch buddy, my fellow non-fan of Taylor Swift, a rare find. And just like a real daughter, she's the first to keep me in check by telling me when I am in a bad mood, as if I don't already know. It will hurt when she graduates, but I know in her next chapters beyond Lenape, she will help so many people with that big, beautiful Italian heart of hers. And my own heart swells with pride at this thought. I know she's definitely sick of standing up here, so I will wrap this up, but not before I honor my inner dramatic English teacher one final time. That baby that Maddie helped name hates his crib, so in the past year and a half, I have found myself listening to music during some very odd hours of the night to help me get through some very long hours. And while he's too young to weigh in on the matter, there's one song in particular that I consider my song with him, as it accurately sums up how I feel about him, and I share it with you now, Maddie, for the same purpose. And don't worry, I'm not gonna sing, I'm just gonna say it. It goes, and I'm always gonna lift you up, and I'm never gonna let you down, no matter what you do. I'm forever proud of you. Love you forever now. Congratulations, Maddie Altieri. Up next is the lovely Dina Torello.
I'm here to honor a student who may be one of the most kind-hearted, friendly, and dedicated young individuals I have ever encountered. Dedication is the attribute that this person displays on a daily basis, whether it's practicing their passion, coming up with new ideas to promote the fall drama or spring musical, or just creating an entirely new drama club. My People's Choice nominee is always dedicated to doing the best he can. I have known this student for many years. and he is a true leader and role model. He always makes sure everyone is included. One occasion that was most memorable for me happened the most recent fall drama. My nominee gave an encouraging and uplifting pep talk without prompt when some of the cast members were nervous to go on stage. Rather than say bah humbug, my nominee always took the time to work with the newer cast and assist with lines or stage presence. I hope this was a big enough clue that my People's Choice nominee is Casey Cornwell. Up next is Miss Kim Condorso.
Hi, good evening, everybody. So I wasn't really thinking ahead here of how going last, the surprise factor is kind of a little bit, changes up a little bit, but there has been a very patient young lady sitting in this front row right here, and I was editing my paper as I went to say that she is very patient. So it is with great admiration that I introduce my 2023 People's Choice recipient, Anna Becker. So I first met Anna in my honors chemistry class last year. My intuition told me then that she would be receiving a People's Choice Award from me before she graduated. Look how good I am. See how I did that? The intuition was over a year ago. Currently, Anna is a student in my AP chemistry class. Anna is a student that gives deep purpose to my life. Some days teaching chemistry can feel overwhelming, from preparing labs to grading papers to creating lessons. But when Anna walks into my class and sits down, she exudes pure joy and wanting to learn, like nothing I have seen before. All of my anguish that occurs in my preparations behind the scenes literally dissolves away as I watch her soak up the knowledge that drives her beautifully innate curiosity. And she does this so eloquently, not trying to seek the spotlight, just approaching each new day with a whimsical feeling that says, I can't wait to learn something new today. From topics that I thought were honestly kind of dry to my tips on Wellness Day, she loves it all. She has made me a better teacher and a better person just by having known her. Her passion for learning and extraordinary character has made her a shining star in my classroom and in our school. I honestly can say that I have never seen her in a bad mood for 2 straight years. I wish I could tap into whatever superpower she has, because if I did, and if others did, the world would truly be a better place. Anna Becker. Okay, and to wrap out the night tonight, Mr. Catani.
So it's my opportunity to close out the night, right? You heard a lot of really positive things, and you heard it a couple times that tonight is some of our teachers' favorite night. It is absolutely my favorite recognition night. I attend every event here at Lenape High School, and this is by far my favorite, and I'll give you some reasons why. But first, I want to thank a couple people before I start, because if not, I'll forget. I want to thank Miss Allen for organizing tonight. She's in charge of our Renaissance. Without her, we would not be here doing this tonight. Also want to thank our JRTC and our choir for performing tonight, participating in making the night. It's an elegant night. I also want to thank our teachers. Our teachers go out of their way, one, not only to attend tonight, but to sincerely put their heart out to connect with our students. We talk about Lenape High School, about try to care and try on a daily basis. It's on our steps. You hear it from me all the time over the PA. They hear it from me in faculty meetings and emails and what have you, in their observations about care and try. Care about our students, care about what you're doing, and try to make those connections. Try to make dynamic lessons. Try your best, and you're going to connect with our students. And it's about connections. That's one of the coolest things our teachers do. We had over 45 staff members here tonight that are sharing a connection that they wanted to share with everyone here in this room. And it's just absolutely amazing. And we also learned a lot of things. We learned about the Giants fans, right? We learned about, which I'm a Giants fan. I know. We learned about the Cowboys, the Phillies. I don't even know why we're talking about the Flyers, Mr. Novello, right? We talked about Morgan Wallen. We talked about Taylor Swift. We talked about Michael Bublé, right? That's the song you were talking about when you hold your precious child at night, Miss Lamberto, because he is my favorite. Forever Now is that song, right? So I hear all those things. We do talk about calculus, and we do talk about science and all the other stuff and different foreign languages, but the coolest thing that we do are the connections that we make, whether in the classrooms, in the hallways, in the fields, in the auditoriums, or wherever we're making those connections at Lenape High School. But I think we have some of the finest teachers, and I'm extremely proud to be the principal of Lenape High School because of our staff that we have here at Lenape. I also want to thank the parents. The parents know I use this line all the time, is that character's like good soup, it's made at home, right? And you chose to send your children here to Lenape High School, and we just benefit from it. So the students that are here before us, we had a small role in this, but they were made at home with the morals and values that you instill in your household, and that the students that you share with us, we just truly appreciate. The cool thing about this is I've been a parent on the other side of this as well, and I've sat there and going, who are they talking about? Because that's not my kid at home. My kid barricades herself in her room. I have 4 daughters. I talk about them all the time. They barricade themselves in the room. They come out around 11 o'clock, and she is the sweetest thing for about 3 minutes when she's trying to keep me awake at night. But if it's 6 a.m. and we're getting ready for school, or 2 p.m., there's not a whole lot of conversation going on there. And we say, like, we know we've raised good kids when we talk about it that, you know, they're house devils and school angels, right? And they possess this ability to really encounter all our individuals, whether in school, at this Wawa in the local area in our community, and they have this ability to just transition themselves into a variety of different places. But the spots they let their hearts be vulnerable to our teachers, I truly appreciate, and you made that yourselves. So I truly appreciate all of our parents for sharing your children with us. Now, last but not least, our students. You've been sitting here quite some time with the spotlight shining on you, sitting, please, I hope they don't forget me, all right? But I want to tell you, we recognize students for a variety of things: academics, athletics, community service. We do a ton of things of that nature. And tonight really isn't one of those nights. It's kind of an unsaid night. It's an undefined night. We had several first-year teachers here this year. We had several teachers that have just first year ever teaching ever and said, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I've heard good things about this because they care about kids. But the things that you heard tonight, you didn't hear a whole lot about. This is our #1 student in the academic class, our top performing math student, our top performing this, right? You heard some different accolades along the thing, but it was threaded through a different thing. So I never really write a speech, as you can tell. I kind of just go, but here's my speech that I wrote tonight because the teachers wrote it for me. Here's what you heard tonight. You heard descriptions of you saying they help others. They're positive. They just have amazing work ethic. They're patient. Just the kindness that they possess. They work with younger students. They overcome adversity. They try new things. He's just a gentleman. They say, excuse me, can I help you? They go above and beyond. They listen. They're resilient. Integrity. Grace. They're supportive. Leadership skills. They're composed. They say good morning and hello. They're generous. They're poised, intelligent, nurturing. They give me a fist bump. Right? They're respectful. They rise to the challenge. They're empathetic. They sit with students that don't have anybody else to sit with. They're remarkable. They're thoughtful. They smile. They work to bring people together. They're forgiving. They're vulnerable. They're prepared. They're confident. They have an infectious personality. They're honest, genuine. They make people smile. They have a good heart. They ask how I am, and they really mean it. They do the best that they can, right? Aren't those the things that we're looking for our society to be about? Not the #1 academically, not the one athlete or whatever it is. Those are nice. But to have if someone described my child as that, I'm like busting at the heart about that. Because that's what I strive for my kids to be. To be defined as that, as a good person, a good heart, someone that tries, that cares about others. You have instilled that in some adult in some way, not once, but over a length of time. For that, I cannot thank you enough. Because the difference that you make on Lenape, you will never know. You may never know The things that you do and other students see you do, they want to emulate that. Whether they tell you in person, whether they maybe make a joke about it, they want to be more like you than you will ever know. They want to be good. They want to be wholehearted. They want to be honest and sincere. And sometimes they're just not mature enough to do it. You are. And people recognize that, right? I just wish we did it more often as a staff or at your jobs, in our community, right? Rather than recognizing sometimes the race that we're always in. This is why I believe it's the best night of the year, because we recognize individuals for being good people, right? For nothing else, being good people, for saying hello, right? Like, how simple is that? Good morning, hello, fist bump. That's what some of our teachers look forward to. They look forward to a fist bump from you. You probably never thought much of it. You probably give out 200 fist bumps a day, right? You don't even think about it. It means something to the Sarah Allens of the world, right? It means something to Mr. Carnevale. It means something to me. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing because you're making Lenape better every day. I am so proud of you, and I thank you for everything that you do. You are this year's People's Choice Award recipients.